Hey, welcome back to another YouTube video. So I'm back at Tunnel Barn fishing day 2 of a club festival match for 4 counties. So this is top pool, peg 11. Unfortunately, my mic battery wasn't working, so it'll be voiceover throughout this video. So this is my peg, and you probably can't quite see on the video, but there's 2 aerators left and right at around 13 metres, bubbling away there. And I wasn't really fancying it because of that, but you know, it's just one of those. I've just got to deal with it. I'm sure the peg can be produced quite well. But plan of attack, fishing at 13 metres throughout the day, fishing shallow, top kit plus 1 section fishing short, left hand margin underneath that tree, a little bush there, and again I've got a right hand margin and in a little bay there. So like I say, this is top pool, peg 11. I don't fish Tunnel Barn very often, so this is all new to me, just learning different techniques and different methods. But if I can come away just learning a few things, putting a few fish in the net, that's all I'm interested in on this particular day. Obviously it's a match and try and do the best I can to try and frame, but we get the all in anytime soon. Hopefully we're going to be catching a few fish. Okay, so we just got the all in, so decided to just fire out some maggots around 13 metres. I wasn't 100% sure whether I should have been fishing in between those aerators. So anybody that fishes Tunnel Barn on a regular basis, please tell me that, you know, is it wise to fish between those 2 aerators, or should I have come more in the sort of middle of the sort of area down the track really and kept away from them? I felt like when I was fishing throughout the day that it probably wasn't the right thing to do. Something I learned, but yeah, just leave a comment on this video. You can also see I was just potting in some meat as well on a top kit line and catapulting some maggots out again. So those maggots just kept going out, and I was just trying to keep that primed and then go on it a little bit later and fishing shallow. Okay, so we're going to get going, and I'm starting off on a top kit line, mainly because about 3-4 minutes before we had the all in, I saw a carp surface and it went down by my nets, and I just thought, well, it could be that they don't want to go out any further than that, and they might just be really close. So I decided to put in some meat right at the beginning, and I just put in probably, I think it was another 2 or 3 pieces there again. And like I say, it was really just on the off chance that that carp might have still been down there. I wanted to give it a go rather than going straight on a top kit plus 1 section. So catapulted some more maggots out as well, just kept those going out. I wanted to keep that going out for a good 20 to 30 minutes before I went on it. Just try and get any F1s going on that 30 metre shallow line. So about a minute went by, maybe 1-2 minutes went by after catapulting those maggots out. I decided to just go and put the top kit between my legs again and catapult some more maggots out. And just as I did that, float shoots under, and I had a carp on. Now I don't know whether it was the carp that surfaced or not, but nevertheless I had a fish on. It's only a small carp, probably about 2.5 pounds. But this all happened in the space of probably about 5 minutes. First 5 minutes of the match, had a fish on, and I got my first one in the net. So we just get this one landed. Like I say, it wasn't a big fish, but to get your first one in 5 minutes, I was quite pleased with that. So get the hook out, and we get this one in the net. Yeah. So I gave that top kit line about another 5 minutes. I didn't get any more indications, no more bites. So it was obviously just that odd carp that was down there. Now I decided to now push out to my original line that I wanted to fish, which was the top kit plus 1. And as you can see, probably about, I think it's about 4 or 5 minutes went by after potting in a couple of pieces of meat, and I got the bite. So it's only a small fish, just a small F1. And this was the routine I was following now, just fishing this top kit plus 1, short line, fishing with meat, and catapulting in maggots over on that 13 metre line. So back out again. Like I say, this just became a routine now. For about 30 minutes I carried on doing this, and I picked off a couple of small F1s. Like I say, just kept those maggots going out as well. And after 30 minutes or so, I'll be swapping over in a minute and fishing that shallow line. Okay, so after catching a few small F1s on that short line, it was a little bit hit and miss. I really wasn't getting the bites as quick as I was hoping. I was getting some funny bites as well, and you know, they just weren't really big fish at all. And fishing with me, they were just tiny F1s. But I gave it about 30-35 minutes, then decided to go on this shallow line where I've been catapulting in maggots for this first part of the match. So just got a banded maggot on and just catapulted in some maggots then. So like I say, fishing between these two aerators. Now I wasn't 100% sure whether I should have been doing that. It just felt like a natural place to go, but never fished between two aerators like this before, so I didn't know whether that is a good thing or not. Like I said at the beginning, if you fish Tunnel Barn and you fish this peg and you know the best place to be fishing shallow, whether it should be between those two aerators, maybe it should be further out closer to that far bank, which I might have been able to reach at 16 meters, I'm not sure. But yeah, leave a comment on this video, let me know the best place to have been fishing shallow on this particular peg. But catapult some maggots out. Again, it's fishing. I say fishing shallow, I'm fishing over shotted rig. I was fishing at 18 inches on this well, right at the beginning, and I felt that was just a good position, starting position. Didn't take long, dropping it in, flicking it up. After catapulting those maggots out, hooked into my first F1 on this shallow line. So we get him in, like I say, I don't think it was too big, it's probably about a pound, about around a pound, so it was okay. Quite happy if I could start catching these. Now I did notice though my anglers on my left, who did go on to actually do well in this match, and they were fishing casters, and they are regulars, and I didn't know whether that was my sort of second mistake of the day. I decided to opt for maggots, they went for casters, and they had a better run of fish. Now they're also on obviously different pegs, and they're certainly better anglers than me at fishing shallow, so that's probably all it could have been, but I do think maybe I should have gone for casters rather than maggots on the day. But that's just one of those, you have to make a decision. You know, bait's not cheap, you can't have both maggots and casters. I'm sure some people do, but that's just not my thing. I made a choice and I went for maggots. But at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning, this was all about learning, trying to understand these techniques at Tunnel Barn, you know, getting your casting right, getting the feeding right, and just trying the sort of overshotted method that it's not something I do very often. So again, catapulting some maggots out, and then just letting the bait drop, flicking it up, letting it drop, and so on. Everyone's seen those videos, but again, this isn't a technique I do very often, so nowhere near good enough. But I do plan to actually visit Tunnel Barn a little bit more now this year, and next year may even get into a few opens. I'm going to start off doing some pleasure fishing sessions, then I'll probably just go into some opens, get under that sort of competitive pressure, just to really home in really on this technique. There's not many venues that I go to where this technique works, so and I do want to be able to learn how to do it a little bit better than what I do at the moment. And also just understanding what baits are working, whether it's maggots or casters. There you go, look, just had a take, pole's just gone round and got another fish on. So and this became the routine now for about another 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes I think it was, before I just started, wasn't getting the bites, and it just decided to then swap lines again. But we'll get this one in. Okay, another F1. Probably around that sort of 10 ounce to a pound. Difficult to estimate the F1 sometimes, because they sometimes can be small, but they can be a little bit more chunkier, and they probably can weigh more than what you think sometimes. So, but we get the hook out and we get this one in the net. Okay, so about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes roughly had gone past at this point. That 13 metre shallow line, I just wasn't getting the bites again. It just sort of, I started picking off a few F1s really quick. I had a little good run of them, but then it just went a little bit funny, and I wasn't getting the bites. Maybe they just changed depths and I just couldn't keep up with the depths they were at. I did swap from 18 metres to 12 inches. I thought that was, I felt like they'd come a bit shallower. I did pick off a couple, and then again it went quiet. So that's how the shallow line went, and I decided to then come short on this top kit plus one section and fishing with meat again. And it wasn't long, I went back in, and after putting some meat in, and picked off another fish. So, and this became a routine for probably about half an hour, 30 to 40 minutes. And that's how I was finding each of my lines. I'd get 30 to 40 minutes, pick off a few fish, but it would go quiet. I probably stayed on sometimes a little bit too long without any bites. And maybe that was my another mistake I was making throughout the day, that I was just staying on lines for too long when I wasn't getting the bites. But as you can see, went in, caught a fish, just getting that one in the net, and back out again. And as I say, this just became another little routine for a short period. Another piece of meat on the hook. Putting 3 pieces of meat in the pot, and then just shipping out. Putting those in, flicking the rig past. And then what I also started doing at this point was just throwing a few pieces of cubes of meat in that right hand margin under a tree. There was like a little bay, it was under a tree, so I thought I'd start on there first. So I just threw it in some meat, back out again though, and it didn't take long, and I did get another bite and get another fish. There we go, look, float goes under, another fish on. So there weren't a big stamp I was finding. Later on in the margin, I did pick off a couple around sort of probably a little bit bigger, £1.5. But most of my fish were coming around that sort of 10 ounces to £1 at the most on these lines. That one was a slightly better one, as you can see there, but I just wasn't getting many of these at that size. Most of the fish were definitely around that sort of much smaller F1s, sort of maybe the sort of 8 ounce. But we get the hook out and we get this one safely in the net. Okay, so I fished that short line. I've had a few more fish off it. It went a bit funny, went a bit quiet, so I went back shallow, picked off 1 or 2 more small F1s. Couldn't get nothing going consistently on that shallow line again. Then went on the left-hand margin, had a few bites, but I didn't pick off any fish there. I'm sure if I'd have persevered with it, I would have done. And decided to come on this right-hand margin, this little bay. Earlier, I was throwing in a couple of pieces of meat every now and then, and now started potting in some, sort of 3 pieces of meat, a bit more accurately, and went over the top. And as you can see, anytime soon, I end up getting a bite and a fish on, and there we go. So straight in, and it was only a few minutes, and I got my first bite and first fish. And now this became the routine on this particular line, and just getting this one netted. There we go. Missed him first time, get him second time. Again, not a big fish. Another F1. Probably around that sort of, I don't know, sort of 8 ounces, 8-9 ounces, nothing bigger. And that was the stamp of the fish, like I said earlier. Throughout most of the day I did pick off the odd 1 or 2 that was slightly bigger, over £1. I had a carp early doors around that sort of £2 mark, but that was it. They were the sort of biggest fish I was getting throughout the day. Again, another piece of meat on, 3 pieces in the pot. Just dunking those in the water, which is what I always do. Just like getting them wet. I just feel like they just sort of sink a bit quicker. Putting those in and fish over the top. Probably about another 30-40 seconds went by, and we get another bite and another fish on. And like I say, this became my routine now for the last part of the match. I decided to stay here. I was getting the bites, I was getting some fish, and I didn't see the point in, even when I might have had probably 5 minutes where I might not have got a bite or missed a few bites, but I just persevered with it rather than just rotating between the margins or going back out again, trying to force another line that probably wasn't going to work at this time of day. Albeit other anglers were fishing shallow pretty much all day and they were catching, and maybe I should have just persevered with that line, but they were fishing casters, I had maggots, and I just felt like it was probably the wrong bait on the day. But we get this one netted. Get him in the net, and again, look, not the best of the size of fish, but again, I was getting bites, getting fish, and this is how my match was throughout the last part of this session. So unfortunately for me, I didn't really get as much as I wanted on the day. I didn't do particularly well. I ended up getting 33 pounds and 6 ounces, and there's the weights. Look, we did, because it was a festival and quite a few anglers on it, we were over 2 pools, top pool and canal on this day. So there's the results. Like I say, I didn't do particularly great, but the overall framers for the whole festival, the 2-day festival, there you go, look, some really good weights. Well done to the framers. Absolutely brilliant weekend away with some great bunch of guys, and that was what it was all about. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please do go and subscribe to my channel. It is free and it's easy, and it only takes 2 seconds. It's a massive help, more than you know. Also, don't forget to drop the video a like, and if you spare 5 seconds, please do leave a comment. Let me know how you fish this venue, especially this peg, because there was a couple of things I know I made mistakes on the day, but just let me know how you would go about it so I can learn, and also the viewers of this video can learn as well. But guys, hopefully you've enjoyed it. There you go, look, I'm into another fish. Tight lines, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.